Hey, I'm Hunt, and this is Hunt on LSU, your channel for LSU Fighting Tiger football talk. Enjoy the video. We want you to leave a comment below, hit that like button, and subscribe right below the video. Enjoy. The Outland Trophy Watchlist is out, and for the next 15 days, a different watch list is going to come out every single day, and I think there are probably a number of players on the list that have a real chance to win, and there are probably a number of players on the list that don't have a real chance to win. There are also probably a lot of really good players on every watch that aren't on every watch list that will emerge as great college football players. So I'm not trying to overreact to a watch list on August the 1st. Okay? That's not the point. But I do have a point. And the fact is that 3 LSU players have been named to the Outland Trophy watch list. The Outland Trophy goes to the top interior linemen in college football. Could be offensive, could be defensive. Glenn Dorsey, the sole winner of this award with LSU back in 2007. The 3 players that have been named to the Outland Trophy watch list on the 1st of August are Will Campbell, who you would absolutely expect, had a phenomenal freshman year, was literally the starting left tackle on the football team a couple of weeks into his first spring as an 18-year-old. You would figure that guy entering his sophomore year, pretty good shot, Will Campbell is going to be on the Outland watch list. He's joined by his other bookend, Emery Jones. Emery Jones came in, was not a starter right off the bat. LSU's offensive line did not look very good early on. They inserted Emery Jones. He went the rest of the way. Those 2 guys, the first ever freshman tackles as a tandem to start for LSU in the program's history, are on the list. And so is a defensive lineman. Well, you may think you know who that is, and you might be right. But you might be wrong. Because Mekhi Wingo is the nominee. Now, that makes all the sense in the world. Mekhi Wingo earned All-American honors last year in his first year in Baton Rouge. He was fantastic. He had 47 tackles, 6 of them for loss, 3 sacks. He was a 3rd-team All-American by the Associated Press. He was a 2nd-team All-SEC selection. That makes a ton of sense as well, that Mekhi Wingo would be on this watch list in his 3rd year of college football. And that alone, those 3 guys being listed on the watch list, ties LSU for the 2nd most in college football. It ties them with Georgia. They've been pretty good. It ties them with Alabama. That program does all right. It ties them with Utah, who's been a force in the Pac-12 for the last half-decade. It ties them with Ohio State. Pretty good. Buckeyes got some talent. Only Michigan has 4, one more than LSU's 3, and the rest of those teams I just listed. And what I didn't list with LSU, a player that's not on this list, is Mason Smith. He's getting looks in the first round of the draft next year. Now, he's coming off injury. We know the story behind Mason Smith, but he was allegedly, reportedly, however you want to say that, ready to roll at the end of spring football. He's had an entire summer of conditioning. He sat down with our Matt Moscona a couple of weeks ago and talked about how good he felt. And everyone within the sport in talking season is projecting him to have a monster season. You've heard that from opposing media members, from us. You've heard that from Brian Kelly. You've heard that from players at LSU's Media Day representation. So this is expected to be one of the top players in the Southeastern Conference. And likely, if he doesn't jump over a player on the first series during Florida State last year, is on this watch list, which would put LSU with 4, which would tie them with Michigan for the most in the country on this watch list. Now, we can stop talking about the watch list, which was the intro to this segment, and start talking about what that actually means for LSU's football program and team entering this season. And I think it's pretty damn good that both of your tackles are on the Outland Award watch list, and both of your, well, I should have said tackles, both offensive and both defensive tackles would warrant this. That's a pretty good place to start your football team. Yeah, I'd probably rather have the Heisman Trophy winning quarterback than the Outland winner at right tackle. I'd probably rather have the Heisman Trophy winner at quarterback than the Outland winner at defensive tackle. But quite honestly, you got to block and you got to hold the point of attack on defense. And LSU is starting in a pretty damn good spot with these 4 players. And we're going to spend the next month off the bench, live at lunch, Hunt Palmer show, after further review. We'll spend the whole month largely focusing on huge positives with LSU football. Like, that's what this month brings. Unless you've got a massive rash of injuries, it's pretty tough to get pessimistic in fall camp. But this is not us talking. This is the Associated Press. This is a group of folks who have no bias toward LSU. Now, they're far more likely to put LSU's left tackle on the list than they are to put Texas San Antonio's left tackle on the list. That's just natural. But while you're going to be inundated with all this positivity from us, very likely, when you get some positivity from the outside, it feels pretty good. It feels maybe a little more powerful a statement. And I love the fact, as a guy who's obviously got LSU's rooting interest at heart, to say, man, that's a really good starting point up front. To say, I've got one of the best left tackles in the sport, one of the best right tackles in the sport, and my interior defensive line that's there to stop the run, that's there to push the pocket, that's there to get into the launching point of a quarterback, that's there to make big plays on short yardage and goal line situations. The folks around the country think that's as good as anybody. I think that's a pretty powerful statement. And again, it's a watch list. Malik Neighbors yesterday was named to the Maxwell Award watch list. That's the best player in college football. Do I think he's going to win that? I don't. Do I think he's really good? I do. Now, Jaden Daniels is on that watch list. I think he could win it. High-profile school, highest-profile position, assembled media at SEC Media Day said, hey, that's the best quarterback, first team, first time LSU's had that since 1988. That seems pretty realistic. Malik Neighbors? Maybe not. Nice nod. But I think all 4 of these guys that I've mentioned for LSU are really good at their positions. Some of them have been given credit as high school players. Some of them have accomplishments literally at the college level. But I saw that announcement that came across literally 26 minutes ago to my screen, and I went, that's pretty impressive. And as Brian Kelly continues to build this roster that he believes is a year away from being where it needs to be, it's a pretty good place to start on the line. So, 78th year of the Outland Trophy Award watch list, and Will Campbell, Emery Jones, Mekhi, Wingo on that list. Not listed Mason Smith. I think we've got a chance to have a pretty good one there as well. Hey, thanks for watching Hunt on LSU. Before you get out of here, do us a couple of favors. Hit that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all your Fighting Tiger football talk. See you next time.